Morning again, everyone. So as promised, I kind of wanted to record a message about self-concept and specifically how that relates to your day-to-day life here in the 3D, but also your manifestations and just kind of your peace of mind in general, right? And so I received a specific question from somebody relating to, this was about relationships and kind of saying, hey, like every time I go to, be interested in somebody, I get kind of friend zoned immediately, and it just ends up in this kind of unrequited love situation, right? And this is not uncommon. This is common in all areas of life, meaning it happens in finances for people, it happens in business relationships, it happens in jobs, it happens in your health, it happens in your physical appearance. And so I kind of want to talk about self-concept today, and I want to keep it very simple and remove as much of the work from it as possible. So this is going to be a very Neville Goddard concept. And so in our 3D mind and in our 3D world, this idea of self-love is so great. Like, please hear me when I say I'm not knocking any of these things. You deserve it. Treat yourself, self-love, all of that is so good. But I think what's happening is people are looking to do things in the 3D to get a sense of feeling deserving. And so you actually don't need to feel deserving in order to get your manifestation. And let me break that down a little bit, because somebody's like, wait, this is everything wrong. This is not what I've been taught. Over time, you'll start to feel deserving, right? But the self-concept is really a very, very simple ideology switch. It's a simple decision, right? And it has nothing to do with your self-esteem. It has nothing to do with, I do think these dating coaches have some practical advice sometimes. Matthew Hussey has some practical things, just for like techniques and things like that. But like, you can get real bent up in the task, and it just completely takes away from going in flow and being in true self-concept. So when I say self-concept, what I mean is you are the operant power of your reality. Everything in the 3D manifesting to you is simply a mirror reflection of what is going on as the operant power in your internal state. So when you want to manifest something, you can simply just make that decision and choose that is what I am. I am the operant power of my reality. I choose to allow myself to have a relationship that's incredibly fulfilling. I allow myself to be financially independent. I allow myself to attract wealth. I allow myself to have perfect health. And it can be, you can have the feeling of being afraid, you can have negative feelings, you can have all those things and still choose to have all the things that you want internally. It's just about how seriously you're taking the 3D. So what is happening when you're getting friend zoned? What does that mean? What happens is you have placed this person on a pedestal externally from you, and you have declared that subconsciously, I am not worthy of that, or typically I don't want that. It's not always that you don't feel worthy. It's a lot of the times that you have unaddressed resistance to relationship, unaddressed resistance to wealth, unaddressed resistance to health. Again, I'm going to recommend this book called Existential Kink, and it's by I forget. Look it up. It's really a unique title, so you'll find it right away. It's another way to do the letting go process. And the book's premise talks about if we have negative things showing up again and again in our lives, it is somehow serving us. We are somehow getting something out of it. The poverty feels familiar. The rejection feels safe because we don't have to be vulnerable. The continued heartbreak is a pattern that just feels normal to us. And so the kink part of that is that somehow we get some kind of sick enjoyment from it because it's simply a pattern and a familiarity to us, right? So address that first. That is your self-concept. So if you have this deep down belief that I don't want relationship because I'm not safe in relationship, you will manifest friend zone. You will pursue people that are unavailable, either physically, emotionally, however, right? So you can simply decide, I allow myself to be in the most fulfilling relationship. I allow myself to stumble across money effortlessly. And you don't have to, yes, feel the feeling, feel that vision. But even if you're not super feeling the feeling right away, you can still manifest simply because you decide in your mind, or you come into an awareness that I am the operant power. And I can simply say that that's what I have and what I'm going to experience. And then let go and don't take so seriously anything that's happening in the 3D. Don't take your emotions so seriously. So if you're feeling unworthy, you could just say, you know what? Yep, I'm feeling a little unworthy right now. Unworthiness feeling is here. Fine. Send it love, send it acceptance. And as you read that Existential Kink book, you can really send love to this subconscious protection mechanism that your body has set up for you because it's trying to keep you safe. So it's keeping you friend zoned because it's like, oh no, relationships are dangerous and scary, and so we're not going to allow that. And so just say thank you for what you've done to keep me safe, and you are free to go, right? And then go back into, I allow myself to experience a blissfully happy relationship, abundance beyond all comprehension, ease and flow in my day-to-day activities. And simply the decision, simply the awareness that you are the operant power, and the decision that that's what you're going to experience is it. Now, don't go try to forcing it. That's when things, because you're also resisting at that point, you just allow. Like, that is what I've decided. And continue to just remind yourself, like, oh no, I've made that decision. We all have something in our life that we kind of naturally come into, and we just kind of take it for granted. Like, yeah, I just kind of do that, you know? I want you to get into that headspace about what you're working on manifesting. Like, yeah, like, I've decided that. I'm the operant power. Of course that happens to me. Regardless of how you feel. And with your feelings, you can just simply acknowledge them, send them love, work through them with the existential kink practices, and also just like not take them so seriously. It's the taking seriously of them that's starting to manifest, right? Like, oh no, I had a bad thought. It's going to manifest something terrible in my life. And you getting afraid of that is what manifests it more and more. And so just like, you can just step back and be like, oh, that's just old story. That's just old story. That's okay. Right? So practice that. I really recommend that book. I'm not going to rehash the book here in the video. It's a really, really good book, and it's so useful. So Check it out. Let me know if this makes sense or if you have any questions, and hope you have a great day.